Hello guys, welcome. My name is Steph and this morning I'm on a beautiful rooftop in Bali and I wanted to come into a flow this morning and just move my body, so I thought I would bring you along with me. Today we're going to work on a flow that's quite repetitive. It's designed to get us out of our heads and into our bodies, but it's also going to be less about the shapes and more about the kind of transition from one shape to another. So aiming to keep us in this continual flow state the entire time. So we'll have some moments where you can flow on your own breath, and I'll be kind of here doing it with you if you need the guidance. And feel free to take as many breaks as you need, pause the video when you need, or skip ahead when you need. The beauty of practicing online. But join me on your mat. That's all we need today. No props. If you want to practice with blocks, you're welcome to grab them as well. But we'll get started straight away. We'll come into a tabletop position. So bringing yourself onto your mat, finding that tabletop position, shoulders are over your wrists, hips are over your knees. Let's spread the fingertips nice and wide already. Nice, and then we'll just start to find our cat-cows here and start to kind of find a little bit of a deeper breath. So on our inhale, start to drop the belly, lift the tailbone and pull the chest through. This might start really small first thing in the morning for me, or maybe in the afternoon for you. And then tuck the tailbone underneath on your exhale. Start to round through the spine, tuck the chin to your chest. Moving nice and slowly, inhale. Let's start from the tailbone, rippling all the way forward. And then as you exhale, starting to round. And you can take this at your own pace. I'll be here doing it with you. But perhaps you'd like to close down through the eyes, and as you continue to breathe and continue to move, see if you can pay attention to your vertebrae kind of moving one by one. Slowly rippling and rounding or arching all the way to the crown of your head. Let's take about 3 more rounds. This can be as slow and as small as you need today. And if you have Ujjayi breath in your practice and you'd like to start to connect to it, and then start to connect that slight constriction at the back of your throat. Let's do 1 more round, just this forward and back action. And then you might continue to keep your eyes closed. Let's turn this into some wriggles. So really just let your body move here. And again, this can be as slow or as big as you need. Maybe if it's an afternoon practice for you, it might be a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. For me, it's my morning, so I'm going to keep it fairly gentle. Take about 4 more breaths here. Just move, just feel, just get into your body. Let the body be the guide, and don't worry about what it looks like. Worry a little bit more about what it feels like. That's 2 breaths. And then slowly we'll just take the knees a little bit wider and sink the hips down and find a child's pose here. We'll just stay for 2 breaths. You might come up onto the fingertips if you feel like you've got a little bit more length in you. And then lifting through the chest, let's walk our way over to the right hand side of the mat. You might stay on the fingertips here, but see if you can sink the hips down and kind of see if you can turn the left ribs down and feel the stretch through the left side of the body. On our next inhale, let's lift up again, walk back through center and over to the left. And again, sink that right hip back, and then see if you can kind of just slightly spiral the right ribs down. 1 more breath here. And then let's slowly walk back through center. Stay for your exhale, just find that length through the spine. And then rolling forward, let's find back into our tabletop. Bring the knees back in underneath the hips. And we'll find some twisting in the spine, but let's flow this to begin with. Finding our thread the needle. We'll take the right arm up to the sky as you inhale, open through the chest. And then as you exhale, thread the needle, but hover your chest off the floor, really reach through. Let's just do that twice more. Inhale, opening. And exhale, threading. Last one to flow. Inhale, open. Moving nice and slowly. Exhale, thread. We'll open all the way up. And then we'll thread it under, but this time we'll hold. So come all the way underneath. Really reach through those right fingertips. And then the left hand can stay where it is. You can walk it out in front and be on your fingertips again. Or maybe you reach behind the back and grab hold of your right thigh. And so let's pause for a couple of breaths and see if you can press down through the back of the right hand and turn your left shoulder up to the sky. Nice. One more breath here. Slowly release any binds. We'll bring the left hand back in front of the face, press down into the left hand, open the right up to the sky, counter twist. And both hands down. We'll just do that on the other side. So placing the right hand firmly down into the floor, take the left arm up to the sky. And thread the needle as you exhale. Remember, we're just hovering for these first few. Finding that flow, inhale, open. Taking your time here. Exhale, thread. Last one to flow. Inhale, open. And exhale, thread. Nice, we'll open up one more time. Threading the needle, this time we'll stay. Come all the way through. Lie the left shoulder or the left hand down. And again, take your option with that right hand, either walking out in front onto those fingertips or wrapping behind the back, grabbing hold of that left thigh. And again, see if you can press down through the kind of back of the left hand, left arm, and just to turn or spiral the chest over to the right a little bit more, or the top shoulder up to the sky. Let's take one more breath here. Slowly bringing the right hand back in front of the face, press down. Open all the way up. Both hands down. Exhale. Nice, just bringing the shoulders over the wrists again. Spread the fingertips nice and wide. Tuck the toes underneath and then just lift the knees up for a moment. Find a hover. A little bit of core work. Finding that hover. And then see if you can spread the fingertips a little bit wide, keeping the knees hovered. Start to press into the hands, almost like you're pressing the hips back. Nice, keep this. We're kind of in a little squat towards the back of our mat. Knees are still bent. We're still trying to keep them hovered. Really pressing the sit bones as far back as you can, pressing into the hands. And then from here, slowly start to straighten the legs. And you might keep a bit of a bend in the knees to start with. Nice, and we'll be here for a couple of breaths. If you want to pedal it out a little bit, maybe this is your first downward dog of the day, like me. Just finding that stretch, finding that space. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then starting to find some stillness again. You might still have that bend in the knees. That's all good. Spreading the fingertips nice and wide. Let's take the right leg to the sky as you inhale, 3-legged dog. And then draw the right knee to your nose. Hug it in nice and close. Remember, there's no rush to get here. And then step it in between the hands. Let's drop the back knee down. And rise up, finding our low lunge here. Nice, so let's find a little bit of strength through the front leg. We're going to start to move in a moment and press down through the back knee. So we want to be a stable base because as we start to move, we'll try not to lose our balance here. Take an inhale through center. Exhale, just sweep the arms back and hinge the weight forward. We'll do this a few times, so all good. Reach the fingertips to the back of the room. Nice, so it's kind of an arrowhead variation. Inhale, coming back up, low lunge. Same thing, this time straighten the legs, so half splits, but hinging forward, reach the arms back. Good, and then let's flow that. Inhale, lifting up, low lunge. Arrowhead variation, so keep the front knee bent, reach back, hinge forward. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, half splits. Moving with our breath, we'll do one more complete round like this. Inhale, sweeping up, low lunge. Arrowhead variation, sweep forward. Low lunge. Remember, it's more about the kind of movement from one shape to another. Half splits, exhale. Pulling those right toes back towards your face here. Good, inhale, coming all the way up, low lunge. Good, and then turn your back toes, so your left toes, over to the right hand side. You can kind of adjust if you need to here. Awesome, and then from here start to open your arms out, so we're in a warrior two variation. Right hand forward, left hand back. Palms facing down. Good. So keep trying to press the right knee away from you here. So we've got a bit of strength happening in that right glute. Cool. From here, take an inhale, flip the front palm. Left hand comes down to the back of the mat. Reach that right arm up and over. Good, keeping that front knee bent. Let's lift all the way up. Right elbow to right knee, left arm up and over. So we're just working through a bit of a reverse side angle variation. Let's inhale, take it all the way back. Left hand to the back of the mat, right arm up and over. Exhale, press up, lift up, side angle variation. Good, once more like this, just moving with flow, lots of repetition today. Inhale, all the way back, reverse. Exhale, all the way forward, side angle variation. Good, listen up for the change. This time as we reversed on your inhale, straighten through your right leg. And you can kind of shimmy it forwards here. You can kind of kick it forwards a little bit. Nice, let's find a nice big reach here. Let's pause. 2 breaths. Feel some side length happening through that right side. Really pull the right toes back to your face. 1 more breath in. And then as you exhale, lift all the way up. Reach the right arm forwards, take the right hand down inside, or maybe you rest it onto the right leg, left arm up to the sky. So we're in a triangle variation. 2 breaths. 1 more here, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Slowly start to bring the hands, top hand all the way down. Frame the front foot. You can kind of bring the front foot back a little bit as you take the left foot back to the back of the mat. So we're framing the front foot. Plant down through the hands, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee and step back, downward facing dog. Let's take a breath here. And a full breath out. And we'll do that on the other side. Take the left leg up to the sky. Draw the knee towards your nose, exhale and step it in between your hands. Dropping the back knee down and rising up to your low lunge. Nice, 2 breaths here to find that strength. Press down through your front heel, press down through your back knee. 1 more breath in. Full breath out. Okay, inhale to prepare for our flow. Exhale, arrowhead variation. Sweep the arms back as you hinge forward. Inhale, sweep up. Half splits, pull the left hip back as you reach back and hinge forward. Pulling the left toes up. Good, flowing with our breath here. Inhale, lifting, low lunge. Exhale, arrowhead variation. Inhale, lifting up, low lunge. Half splits, pull it back. Moving nice and slowly. Inhale, back up, low lunge. 1 more through. Exhale, arrowhead variation. Inhale, sweeping up, low lunge. Half splits, pull it back. Inhale, back up, low lunge. Let's find the change here. Turn the right toes to the left side of your mat. Need a little help, you can take the right hand down to get you there. My mat's a little thin this morning. And then let's take the arms out nice and wide. So we're in a warrior two variation. Left hand forward, right hand back, palms facing down. And then check out your left knee, that it's not falling in here. We want to keep pressing it out to the side, so a little strength through that left glute is gonna help. All right, let's take a breath in. Breath out. And then let's start to flow. Right hand to the back of your mat, left arm up and over, reverse. Good, and then side angle variation, left elbow to left knee, right arm up and over. Okay, twice more like this. Right hand down, inhale, reverse. Side angle, exhale, right elbow, right knee, left arm up. all the way back. You can move with your own breath. You can come out of time with me, that's fine. Lifting all the way up. Side angle variation. Good, this time as we reverse, let's start to straighten that left leg. Nice, so meeting here. Left leg is straight, left toes are still pulling up to the sky, left arm is reaching overhead. So we're feeling this awesome stretch through that side waist. We're really in kind of a modified side plank here with the left toes facing up to the sky. So strength through that right arm, that right shoulder. One more breath here. Press down through the left heel, lift yourself all the way up. Take the left hand inside the left leg, right arm up to the sky. Triangle variation, 2 breaths. Doesn't matter if you don't reach the floor, you can take it to the shin or you can even rest on the thigh if you're feeling that. One more breath in. And then let's bring the right hand down to the floor. Start to spiral your chest. Start to bend that left knee, you can slide it back if you need to. Bring the right foot, toes to the back of the mat. Press down through the hands, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. We'll start to build some fire. Out the mouth if you need. One more here. Okay, let's come high onto our tippy toes. Inhale, bend the knees and look forward. You can step or jump, or you can slowly walk to the top of your mat. Let's find a halfway lift as we inhale. Flat back here, squeeze shoulder blades together. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, press down through the heels, rise all the way up to standing. Hands through heart center, just take a breath to come to standing. One more breath in. And a full breath out. Let's build some heat in our sun salutations. We'll work 2 rounds. If you have your own practice here, you're welcome to go straight into that. Otherwise, let's take an inhale together, reaching the arms up to the sky. Forward fold and really hinge from the hips here. Halfway lift. Remember, we're moving nice and slowly. Plant the hands down. If you've got to jump back, go for it. Otherwise, we'll work a modified version together. Let's step back to our high plank. Nice. An option, so shoulders are over the wrists here. Option to drop the knees down. We'll do this one together first. Let's lower the chest all the way down. Inhale, cobra pose. If you're ready for upward dog, go for it. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Squeeze elbows together. Exhale, lower down if you're in cobra. Press onto hands and knees, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. So nice and slow there. 1 breath in, downward facing dog. So you can take that previous version, otherwise let's build a little bit more spice. Inhale, lift the heels high, bend the knees, look forward, step or hop, top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Press down through the heels, rise all the way up to standing. Hands through heart center, exhale. Straight into our second round here. Inhale, reaching up, looking up. Exhale, forward fold, hinge. Halfway lift, inhale. Step back to plank and go through your flow, or jumping back, bending the elbows to land in your chaturanga. Upward facing dog, knees and thighs lift, really press down through the hands and pull the chest through. Downward facing dog, exhale. 1 breath. Inhale, lift your heels high, bend the knees, look forward, step or jump, top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Press down to rise, reach all the way up to standing. Hands through heart center. Good, reach the arms all the way to the sky. Sun's popping through now. Grab hold of the left wrist, lean over to the right. Find a nice big side stretch here. Oh, just as that sun comes out, so nice. Come back through center, inhale. Let's change sides. Grab a hold of the right wrist, lean over to the left. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. You can take a flow or you can go straight to downward facing dog. Take an option that works for you here. Making this your own practice. Downward dog is where we'll meet. 2 breaths. Last one here. Let's start to build our main flow. Take the right leg high to the sky as you inhale, 3-legged. Draw the knee towards your nose and step in between the hands. Press down, rise up, crescent lunge. All right, let's find some strength. So a little slower on the first round and then we'll definitely find that flow, don't you worry. Come low into your lunge here, so sink into that right leg. Little bend through that left leg. Tuck the tailbone underneath you. Strength through the arms. Okay, so we've been through these movements before. Let's take an inhale breath together. Exhale, arrowhead, hinge forward, straighten the back leg, reach the arms back. Stay for a breath. Good, inhale, coming all the way back up. Rebend through the back knee as you come up. Nice, exhale, pull the right hip back, pyramid. Come all the way down. Keep your balance here. Hands can come down to the floor, blocks if you've got them ready, or you can have them on your shin here and be up a little bit higher. Let's take one more breath. Feel that length through the hamstring. And if you've got more length, pull the right toes back towards your face. Good, let's take an inhale together, back up to crescent, rebend front knee. Open out to warrior 2, exhale. So nice, 2 breaths. One more here, starting to build that heat. Inhale, flip the front palm, reverse, sweep it back. We'll just find 2 rounds here. Exhale, side angle. Right elbow to right knee, left arm up and over. Inhale, reverse, sweeping it back. Exhale, side angle. Nice, this time it's reverse, straighten through the front leg. Nice and slow, remember, let's take that right hand all the way down, finding triangle. Right hand down, left arm up. So these shapes are already nice and familiar for us. One more breath here. Both hands down, exhale. Little bend through the front knee. Step back, take a flow, or skip it. Moving through your vinyasa, whatever that variation is for you today. But this practice is more about getting into your body. So really listen to it. One breath here together, and we'll do it nice and slow on the other side before we find that breath to movement. When you're ready, let's take that left leg to the sky, inhale. Knee to nose, exhale. Step, rise up, crescent. So find that balance because you know we're going to start moving soon. Press down through the front heel, sink into the left hip, but pull the left hip back so there's strength in the legs here. Let's take a breath in. Exhale, arrowhead. Stay, 2 breaths. Breathe, stay low in that left leg, one more. Back up to crescent, inhale. Prepare for pyramid, pull the left hip back. Straighten that left leg, fold forward. Take this slow. Hands can come down. If you have the strength, hands can stay reaching back, especially when we flow in our next round. One more breath here. Pull that tummy in. Back up to crescent, inhale. Balance, exhale, open out, warrior 2. 2 rounds of our reverse side angle. Inhale, flip, reverse. Side angle, exhale. Inhale, flip and reverse. Side angle, last one. Moving with that breath. Inhale, flip and reverse, but straighten through that front leg. Triangle, reach that left arm forwards and down. Right arm up to the sky, pause, 2 breaths. Last breath in. Both hands down, exhale. Take an inhale to plank or 3-legged. Step back, lower down, take a floor or skip. Lifting up. Back to downward facing dog. Take a break if you need to. You can pause the video, or we're going to start to move one breath, one movement. We'll work through one round together here, and then we'll work through a round where I'm cueing you a little bit less and you can move to your breath. When you're ready, let's take the right leg to the sky as you inhale, three-legged dog. Draw the knee to your nose. Step in between the hands. Rise up, crescent. Arrowhead, exhale. Straighten that back leg. Hinge forward, reach the fingertips back, squeeze shoulder blades. Inhale, back up, crescent. Pyramid is our next pose. Exhale, pull the right hip back, straighten the legs. Either sweep the arms back or they can come down. Inhale, back up, crescent. Open out, warrior two. Reverse, sweep it back. Side angle. Reverse and straighten, straight into it this time. Triangle, exhale. Both hands come down. Step back, three-legged or plank. Go through your flow. Inhale, back bend of choice. Downward facing. One breath. Left leg high, inhale. Knee to nose. Step and rise, crescent. Remember, we're moving slowly. Reach the end of the pose at the end of the breath. Arrowhead, exhale. Back up, crescent. Moving meditation. Watch those balances. Pyramid, exhale. Pull the left hip back. Back up, crescent. Open out, warrior two. Flip and reverse, inhale. Side angle, exhale. Flip and reverse, straighten through the front leg. Big reach back. Triangle pose, exhale. Both hands come down. Step back, plank or three-legged. Lower down. Back bend of choice. Downward facing dog. One breath here. And then start to move at your own pacing. Start with your right leg. And I'll be moving with you here. But I won't be cueing. And if you forget a move, make it your own flow. Make that part of the process. But try and use this opportunity to connect with your body. And instead of rushing from pose to pose, it sounds lame, but make it more about the journey here. More about this kind of moving meditation. Let the sweat be there, let the clothes be there. And just instead tap into this body of yours. And you could be going quicker than me, because your breath might be quicker than me this morning. Well, my morning. Maybe it's your afternoon. Or you could be going slower than me. And that is okay. Taking your time. And if you're sick of me talking, just pause the video and you can do this flow on your own. But we just have one more side to go if you're already there, or maybe you're getting there. Maybe you have some music on that you can flow to this morning, this evening, midday. Maybe you have a beautiful view. I'm very lucky this morning. see if you can make each kind of hand movement just a little bit more graceful. A little bit slower. And whenever you finish, you have an option to stay in your downward facing dog and breathe. You might take a child's pose. Or if you prefer, you can also take your cat-cows again. But use this opportunity, whether you're seated, down dog, cat-cows, just to connect back with some breath. Slow the heart rate down a little bit. And if you were really enjoying that flow, feel free to pause me and continue for a few more rounds. Otherwise, we'll start to cool it down a little bit. So either in downward facing dog, dropping the knees, or if your child's pose, roll forward to a tabletop. And then we'll sit back onto our heels. Oh, the sun is glorious this morning. I hope it's sunny where you are. Take an inhale, reach the arms overhead. Grab hold of the left wrist and lean over to the right. So just nice little kind of good morning stretches here. Back up to the sky. Grab hold of the right wrist, lean over to the left. Bring it back up. Both hands down by your side. We'll swing the legs out in front of us. Take the right leg out long and the left knee in towards you. So the left foot will meet the right inner thigh. Flexing through the right foot, let's reach the arms up to the sky. And then hug the belly in as you reach forward and down. Nice, and we're cooling down here, so let's see how you feel. You might want to work on hamstring length, in which case we'll be drawing the crown of the head towards the toes, hugging the belly in and thinking more kind of belly to thigh instead of head down. If you want a little more rounding through the spine, you can bend through the right knee and then you can take the head down towards the knee. And this is going to be more of a rounding through the spine rather than a length. Okay, so pick what works for you. Let's take another 3 breaths here. Then you might be closing down through the eyes. Just keeping that breath really slow. One more round. And then let's slowly lift all the way up. Pick up the left knee and place it up and over the right leg. We'll bring the left hand behind us and right arm up to the sky. And then let's find a twist to our left. For me, I like to hook or wrap the elbow around the knee, but if you prefer to hook the elbow outside the knee, you can do that too. Press down through the back of the left hand and let's see if we can find some length through the spine. And then an exhale to twist a little deeper. Taking my gaze over my shoulder, looking at some beautiful rice paddies this morning. Let's take one more breath here. Slowly unravel, come back through center. We'll just change sides and do that on the other side. So extend your left leg long, bend the right knee. Coming into our forward fold again, let's reach the arms up overhead. And forward fold, exhale. Again, choosing that option that works for you today, either working on your hamstring length, leg is nice and long, flexing through those toes, drawing the shoulders away from the ears wherever you are. Or if you want more of that rounding, that softening, you can take more of that rounded spine, that bend through the knee if it feels better. 3 more breaths here. Again, nice opportunity to close down through the eyes and kind of come back to yourself a little bit. Last one together. And we'll slowly let ourselves rise all the way back up. You can use the hands here. Pick up the right knee, step it up and over the left leg. Right hand comes behind you, left arm reaches up to the sky. And then finding your twist to the right, either hooking the elbow around the knee or behind the knee, whatever feels better in your shoulder and in your spine. Press down through the right hand. So think instead of leaning back here, let's find some length through the spine. Press down to lift, and then use your exhales to twist a little deeper. Okay, one more breath here. And slowly come back through center. So we'll uncross the legs, bring the soles of the feet together, knees out wide, and just shift your way forward on your back. Sun is getting bright. So we're in our butterfly shape. You can stay seated upright if this feels nice for you, or if you're ready, like me, we're going to come down onto our backs. Slowly lowering all the way down. You can shift the feet closer to the groin if that feels good for you. Or you can keep them out nice and wide. Hands, they can either rest on your belly. If that's where they came to naturally, that might be more what you need right now. If you're feeling quite open, you can take the hands down by your side, or you might even want to reach the arms overhead. This might feel nice to really stretch out through that side waist. Just take a few breaths. You might be closing down through your eyes. And then if there's any other shapes that you would like to take here, please feel free. Otherwise, you can stay in your butterfly position and have the hands down by your side or on your belly, that's fine. If you would like to finish just fully relaxed, you can take the legs long, finishing in our shavasana. And I won't leave you here, I'll bring you out, so let's stay together. And just allow yourself to maybe take a quick body scan, noticing any parts of your body that might still be holding. Sometimes the jaw, sometimes the glutes. Maybe it's your eyes. Can we soften a little bit further? So let's stay for the next minute and just let the practice land. I'll bring you out soon. If you have the time for a longer shavasana today, please do take it. Otherwise, just begin to deepen your breath here. Let some gentle movement come into the body, wriggles. Nice big overhead stretch again if it feels good, stretching out through fingers, toes, maybe a yawn. And then just rolling onto one side. You can stay or gently press your way up to a seat. You can be kneeling or cross-legged here, just keeping the eyes closed. Just enjoying these last moments of your practice. Hands can be in the lap or on the knees. And take this time here to acknowledge any shifts in your body from when we started to the end. It can be so beneficial for us to take this time to move and to move in quite a repetitive but slow way. It allows us to find a flow state and to drop out of our head and into the body. So bring your hands to heart center. Feel an appreciation and gratitude for yourself showing up on your mat today, for moving your body. And then just taking a bow of your head down and closing in whatever way feels nice for you. Sometimes I like an affirmation or a little prayer. And whenever you're feeling ready to close, you can come back and open through the eyes. Ooh, nice and bright here. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you again on these videos sometime soon. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you again.